Spider-Man. Oh, welcome! I am KnK, and this is my Quickie review of Spider-Man Homecoming. So Spider-Man Homecoming is the newest iteration of the Spider-Man series, a brand new movie series that has nothing to do with the last two series, except this one takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and is a follow-up to Civil War. And do I have to say, this movie was amazing. It is the ultimate Spider-Man movie. It is so spectacular. It's superior to every other Spider-Man movie out there. You already pretty much know the story of Spider-Man, and I am happy to say that they actually didn't even mention Uncle Ben once in this movie, which was really interesting because you think they try to shove that down our throats, but I guess they listened to what everyone else's complaints were about doing another reboot, so thank you Sony, thank you Marvel for that. That was awesome. The movie is so well done. I've just recently read through Stan Lee's entire 100-issue run of his original Spider-Man, and this movie felt like it was a love letter to that. There were scenes taken directly out of his comics. There is a perfect balance to the action scenes with the high school drama the way Spider-Man should be. This is all in all Spider-Man. This is the Spider-Man movie I have been waiting years for. The comedy is spot on, the drama is well done. There's a few scenes when things get really serious and it feels like it. There's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. Oh my god, there are a lot of Easter eggs. There are so many characters here that if you know the comic mythology, you'll be like, oh, that's so-and-so, and that's him, and that's him. It is awesome, and Michael Keaton does a phenomenal job as the Vulture. He is probably the best Marvel Cinematic Universe villain since Loki, and he is the best Spider-Man movie villain since Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2, and Michael Keaton kills it. There are some really good plot twists in this movie that I never saw coming, and that was great, because being that this is the second reboot to the Spider-Man franchise, you're kind of thinking, well, there's really not much more you can do to surprise me. And nope, they still pull off some surprises. There's something that happens in the last act that really sets this movie apart, and it's really, really good. Again, it's funny, and surprisingly, the trailer didn't actually ruin the majority of the movie for us. My mind is blown that that trailer that felt like it showed too much actually didn't really show too much. No words can describe what I'm feeling. Also, if you were worried about Tony Stark taking up too much of the movie, he actually is barely even in the movie. He has some scenes, but of its 2-hour runtime, or 2 hours and 10-minute runtime, not sure exactly what it is, he's in the movie maybe 10, 15 minutes tops. And a lot of the stuff you saw in the trailer was from the beginning of the movie and a certain section in the middle. And that's mostly his screen time outside of one bit at the ending. Like I said, the humor is spot on. The music is really well done, and Vulture's music is great. Yeah, there's one villain that they could have probably improved upon, but for what they were doing, it worked. It's kind of like the way they did Scarecrow in Batman Begins, so I'm okay with that as long as they utilize him again later. Tom Holland is phenomenal as Spider-Man. If you thought he was great in Civil War, just wait till you see him in here. They have the quippage down for Spider-Man, and he is a perfect Peter Parker. He has that nerd factor down pat. Tom Holland must be a big Spider-Man fan because there's no other way he would have been able to pull all this off. The plot is well done. It's interesting. It's unique for a Marvel Cinematic movie or a comic book movie. There's no giant sky beam wormhole thing going on. Thank the gods for that. It's very down to earth, very grounded. There is also something later on that really does highlight how much of a genius Peter Parker is without Tony Stark's suit. So if you're one of those people who's like, well, what's the point of having Peter smart because Tony did everything? Nope. there's more to it than that. And it will show later on in the movie, especially with one scene that's also taken out of the comics that I won't spoil. The cast does a phenomenal job. They are all great, and despite changes from the source material, they feel like the characters that were in the comics Peter went to high school with. I can't praise this movie enough. I really need to see it again, but I want to see Baby Driver first. After that, and after War of the Planet of the Apes, I am so seeing Spider-Man again. In the end, I am going to give Spider-Man Homecoming a 10 out of 10. It is that good. It is right up there with Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Probably even better than Guardians of the Galaxy, and maybe better than Civil War. Not sure about Winter Soldier. Oh, and the after credits scene is phenomenal. It is right up there with the after credits scene from the first Avengers movie. If you thought that scene wasn't able to be topped, you might be pleasantly surprised with the end credits scene we have here. Lastly, the web wings. They have the web wings in the movie, which isn't a spoiler because they were in the trailer, but the web wings are awesome. I guess my only one complaint would be that he didn't really use the spider emblem. But whatever. Check this movie out. Go see it twice, 3 times, whatever you need to do. I guess I can't count. Spider-Man Homecoming is definitely recommended and a must-see. Until next time, bye.